Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of June 20th, 2018. So let's get right into, what is this? Yeah, okay, no, don't worry about it. Let's get right into it. First up on my pull list for this week is Aquaman number 37. Abnett has done an amazing job on Aquaman. I really enjoy it. Trip, I know you watch these occasionally and you're just not into Aquaman. Probably because of the art. But I like it. It's good stuff. Trip, you should really like it. Don't know why you don't. Yes, I called you out. Next up, big book this week from DC is Batman 49. This continues The Best Man, leading up to Batman issue 50, which comes out on the 4th of July this year. So, yeah, I'm super stoked to see what goes on in issue 50. But I really enjoyed this issue. I need to reread it. This issue and the one prior, the rereads were really helpful when reading through because I missed subtle nuances when I was reading it through the first time. So I do recommend you do that. Next up, we have Batman Prelude to the Wedding, Part 4, which is Red Hood versus Anarky. On the invitation or save the date place card for the Batman wedding, they give you the reading order for these. You'll want to read this before you read issue 49. Not that it really matters. This takes place during the time between when Damian leaves Selina in the first part and when Selina gets back to the mansion at the end of the book. So I've enjoyed them. They've been okay. The weakest one so far for me has probably been the Batgirl Riddler one. So, yeah. But overall, I've been enjoying them. They've been nice little one-shots. You don't need to read them for the main Batman stuff. But if you're curious, I recommend checking them out. Let's see. Next up, we have Batman Sins of the Father, number 5. This collects digital issues 9 and 10. I've been enjoying it so far. It's a really good Deadshot Batman story. So, yeah, if you like Deadshot and you like Batman, I would check that one out. Next up is the second premium prestige hardcover issue of Batman the Dark Prince Charming, number 2 of 2. The first one was amazing. I enjoyed the read, so I can't wait to see where it goes and how it finishes up in this. So, yep. A lot of shops, I don't know if they ordered a lot of them, but it is a premium hardcover edition, so it's roughly $12.99. There's most likely going to be a collected release of it down the road, but I do recommend. I enjoyed the first one. Next up is Batwoman number 16. Now, I know I've said Batwoman has been on my chopping block, and it still is, but for some odd reason I keep getting it. So we'll see how far I go, how much further I go with Batwoman. It's okay. Next up we have Brave and the Bold, number 5 of 6. This has been just an amazing miniseries from Liam Sharp. Great art, great story. I've enjoyed it. Really good stuff. Next up we have Damage number 6. Looks like Swamp Thing is making an appearance. If you're a Marvel fan, if you pick up Weapon H this week, also this week, you will get Weapon H and Man Thing. So, yeah. They're basically kind of the same book. I want this one. Damage has been okay. It's been okay. Next up we have Jeff Lemire's Gideon Falls, number 4. Now this has been a really interesting book to read. It's, oh god, Andrea Sorrentino is the artist. The art is amazing and fantastic. Really dark, really good stuff. I'm super excited. I have no idea what's going on in it, but it's just really good. Next up we have Green Lanterns number 49. This is the Rebel Run story arc where Jessica's being pursued by the Green Lantern Corps. So, yeah. Green Lanterns has been a good book. I've enjoyed what they're doing with it. I know there's going to be a shakeup within the Green Lantern books fairly soon, so I'm curious to see how that pans out. Next up is a book that we got shorted, but we finally got back in, and that's Harbinger Wars 2, number 1. I enjoyed the first Harbinger Wars, so hopefully the Harbinger Wars 2 is good as well. Next up we have Harley Quinn at number 44. Looks like Seeley's writing, or Sebula. I don't know. Harley's been okay since it hasn't been as good as Jimmy or Palmiotti and Amanda Connor's run on Harley, but it is nice to get a different take on it. So I'm curious to see. Sorry, really long night. I didn't get much sleep. I just couldn't go to sleep. Uh, I don't have wild and crazy nights. It'd be nice, but I don't have wild and crazy nights. But yeah, so overall, Harley's been okay. Curious to see if they can get somebody in there to really revitalize it. I know the Harley book coming out from DC Inc. or Zoom looks really good. So I'm really excited to read that. I got to read a preview of the book a little bit, and yeah, it's good stuff. Next up, we have Scott Snyder's Justice League #2. The first issue was fantastic, so I can't wait to see what happens with issue 2. But just really, really good stuff. Really grounding the Justice League. I really like the take that they put Martian Manhunter as the team leader and head. Just really, really good stuff. So I'm really excited for the stuff coming out of Justice League and the Justice League family going forward after the Justice League No Justice miniseries. So, yeah. Next up, we have The Man of Steel, 4 of 6. I actually have not yet gotten a chance to read issue 3. I know issue 1 was amazing. Issue 2 slowed down a lot, so I'm really curious to see where 3 and 4 take us. But Bendis has been doing an okay job on Superman, so I'm really excited to see what he has planned for Action Comics and for Superman when Action Comics comes back with issue 1001 and Superman comes back with issue 1. So, yeah, we'll see. Next up is another Scott Snyder-ish book, and that's the New Age of Heroes New Challengers #2. The New Age of Heroes kind of fell flat for DC. I've enjoyed the Damage one. The New Challenger's been okay. Unexpected was interesting. I'm curious to see where that goes. Immortal Men is alright, but these are definitely books that aren't going to last very long. Just a mini, maybe 6 or 8 issues. So we'll see where they go. The rest of the line just really fell flat. It would have been better kind of if they didn't lump it together in such a huge thing and maybe kind of just spread that out a little bit, but who knows. Next up, we have Ninja K #8. This one's been doing really well. I've been enjoying it ever since the relaunch. Not necessarily that it needed a relaunch, but it's Ninja K. Next up, we have Shadow Man #4. Dead and Gone Part 1 is the story arc that starts here. It's been a pretty interesting first 3 issues for Shadow Man. I know that they initially did a decent job with it when the Valiant came back to publication years ago, and then they really fell off with Shadow Man as a character. This one has really brought it back, so I'm really excited to see where they go with it. Next up is one for the kiddos, and that's Teen Titans Go #28. This collects, I believe, digital issues 55 and 56. Teen Titans are apparently going to Hollyweird, because that's what Hollywood is to everybody east of California. So, yeah. The Teen Titans book, Go book, is okay. It's basically an extension of the kind of humor and feeling that you get from the actual TV show itself. It's not as good a lot of the time as that's the content that's on the cartoon show, but it's interesting enough that I like reading it, and gonna let the kids read it at their leisure once they're really kind of into reading. And last up, we have The Wildstorm #14. This is a slow slug trek, but it looks like Caitlin Fairchild is coming back with that cover there. So, yep, I'm curious to see what that all entails. The Wildstorm has been a fairly interesting book, but again, it's one of those things that it's Warren Ellis, so there's a certain level of okay to it. I did pick up some variants this week. Couple you probably want to be on the lookout for. The Aquaman 37 variant was awesome, so I decided to snag that one up, a bearded Aquaman and Dolphin. Artgerm did the variant for issue 49 of Batman, which is fantastically beautiful, and I do recommend picking it up. The Green Lanterns 49 cover was pretty awesome with the kind of team or partner pose there. Of course, I picked up the Harley Quinn #44 Frank Cho variant. And finally, the Jim Lee variant for Justice League number 2 is, of course, Martian Manhunter. Jim Lee is apparently doing what he did with Justice League when they did Rebirth, or was it Justice League? Yeah, it was Justice League. I know it was Legion. He's doing a variant cover of each of the characters on the team. So I would definitely recommend checking that out, especially if you like Jim Lee art. Did pick up a graphic novel this week, and the Dark Knights Rising, comes out. This collects the 7 tie-in issues of each of the Bad Bat mash-up villains, as well as the Wild Hunt. I would definitely recommend checking this out. I picked it up because I'm a metal sucker, even though I know they're probably going to have a nice oversized deluxe edition, but I'll get that too, because, yeah. I did get something for my daughter. I need to open it to make sure it's okay, but she loves Rapunzel, so I got her this Disney Traditions Rapunzel Secret Charm figurine. She doesn't know. She saw the box, but she didn't see that image, so she doesn't know what's in it. So hopefully she likes it. So that's pretty much it for this week. We have one more week to go in the month of June, and then we will be moving on to July, which is scary because, man, it flies by fast. Summertime does. So previews will be out next week, and in 2 weeks we will get Batman 50, The Wedding of Batman, and also Catwoman number 1. So those are 2 things I'm really, really super excited for. Jolie Jones on art on that Catwoman book looks fantastic. If you have not yet checked out Tom King's Twitter feed or Jolie Jones, check them out. Tom posts stuff all the time about the upcoming art in his books, and also upcoming art in stuff he thinks is cool. So yeah, check those out. You can pre-order sets of Batman issue 50 with the 4 main covers that are coming out for stores to order. There's a bunch of store exclusive covers for issue 50. I think last I heard it was up to 46 covers total. I think that's 46 total. So that means there's probably about 42 that are store exclusives, at least 40 store exclusive variants. I'm not going that batshit crazy on Batman 50 store exclusive variant, trying to get them. Maybe down the road I'll pick up a couple that I like. It's just insane. But Comics Conspiracy is selling sets of the Batman issue 50, all the covers that we can get. I think there's 4. So go to www.comicsconspiracy.biz and search for the Batman 50 cover set, and you can order it, and we will ship it to you once we get the product in on Tuesday, the July 3rd. We will ship it out hopefully that day. If not, it'll go out probably Thursday or be dropped off at the post office and then leave whenever it leaves the post office, because the post office is going to be closed that Wednesday because it's 4th of July. So yeah, but check it out if you're interested in picking that up. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section right down there. Let me know what you think of any books that are coming up, anything you have questions about. Go ahead and post those there. Please be nice to each other and nice in general. A lot of bad just karma and bad attitudes and just bad behavior going around on the internet. Don't add to it. Yep. So you can also listen to me. Normally, I did not get to be on this last week's episode. I had the schedule changed, so I wasn't able to record last night. But they did record episode 357 of the Comics Conspiracy podcast. There'll be a link in the description below for that, so you can check that out if you want. Normally I'm on, but this past episode I was not. I think they talked about May's sale chart numbers, Deadpool 2, Incredibles 2, all that fun stuff. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting, fees, getting food, and getting product. So we do appreciate everybody who is a Patreon backer. There is going to be some exclusive there should be some exclusive content for Patreon backers going up soon. It's a Incredibles 2 review with me and my kids. It's short, it's not anything grandiose, but it's a nice, cute little Incredibles 2 review. So yeah, so if you're a Patreon backer, you get to check that out. So yeah, for a buck, just once, you can check it out. But if you want to keep helping, keep helping. You can also help me out by getting anything I purge through my eBay. Go to my eBay store. Or it's not my store, my eBay, where I sell stuff on eBay. And yeah, there'll be a link in the description below for that. So I'm constantly trying to get stuff up, but busy, busy, busy. I have a stack of comics over there that I need to post and get up. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer. I got a lot of busy stuff going on. Yep, and I do have some statues openings that I need to get up for you guys. So try to get that done hopefully this weekend. So we'll see if I can get something up. Yeah, we'll see. See you next week.